Coming up on Cronkite News, a year ago today, sports gambling began in Arizona. We'll tell you the impact it's had.
Plus, State Farm Stadium is getting a new neighbor, and it will allow football fans to place their bets before kickoff.
And Sun Devil football travels to Stillwater. How will they handle the hostile environment?
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News on Arizona PBS. I'm Nikki Pica.
And I'm Edison LaCour. Thank you for joining us. Fridays here on Cronkite News will have a little different feel as we focus on sports. Today marks the one-year anniversary of legalized sports gambling in the state of Arizona. And it's clear the last 12 months have been a huge success. Cronkite News reporter Adam Schwager joins us from the newsroom to help break down the numbers and put it into perspective.
You could say Arizona is celebrating this one-year anniversary because the numbers show the state got off to a fast start. In the first 11 months, Arizonans wagered $5.1 billion, taking home $4.7 billion in total payouts. Where the state started with only 8 fully operational online sports books last September, it now has 18. The enthusiasm for sports betting has exceeded expectations, according to the Arizona Department of Gaming.
The JLBC Joint Legislative Budget Committee, when they had some projections on the sports betting bill back in 2021, they projected about $15.2 million, I think is the figure they projected for annual revenue. So for us to be over $32 million in our first year is really exciting to see.
BetMGM, FanDuel, and DraftKings continue to battle for market share in the state, with DraftKings holding a slight edge over FanDuel. Fans can place bets at sportsbooks located at the Suns Footprint Center, the Diamondbacks Chase Field, and now at the Cardinals State Farm Stadium. When you break down the numbers by month, you can see an average of approximately 464 million placed in wagers per month, with numbers rising in the fall due to the NFL bump and peaking at 690 million in March, thanks to the NCAA basketball tournament before they start to dip over the summer. Out of the 30 states plus the District of Columbia, with legalized sports gambling in the country, Arizona ranks 6th. In the studio, Adam Schwager, Cronkite News.
Arizona will play host to the Super Bowl in February, making it the first time the game will be played in a legalized sports betting state.
BetMGM Sportsbook will officially open its doors to the public on Sunday at State Farm Stadium to coincide with the Cardinals' first game of the season. It's the latest sportsbook to open at a professional sports venue team in the Valley. The 2-story building is located on the Great Lawn just west of State Farm Stadium and will include a sports bar with indoor and outdoor dining. Fans will be able to place wagers at traditional betting windows or at one of the 25 kiosks. At 17,000 square feet, the sportsbook is the first of its kind in the NFL. The Cardinals say it already has events booked throughout the year. The Cardinals will host Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs for the season opener on Sunday. Kickoff is set for 1:25 at State Farm Stadium.
A big weekend of college football ahead. ASU plays their first game on the road against 11th-ranked Oklahoma State Cowboys. OSU hasn't lost a home game since 2020, and in a college town like Stillwater, there's no question the Sun Devils will have a tough task ahead of them this weekend. Cronkite News reporter Chad Votharine has more on ASU's big date in the Sooner State.
Well, this week's game at Oklahoma State, it might be the Sun Devils' toughest test this year. Out in Stillwater, they're preparing to play at Boone Pickens Stadium. It's a place where college football is truly king, and no visitors are welcome.
It's going to be a hostile environment, but honestly, them the most fun games for me. Like, that's when you really go out there and play your best ball. I mean, we're excited. We know what we're going into. We know it's going to be loud. We know it's going to be rocking.
You don't get many of those opportunities, so when you do, embrace it. Have a poise to yourself, but, just have fun. I mean, it's once-in-a-lifetime opportunities like that, so embrace it.
Now, Arizona State, they are 2-1 all-time against Oklahoma State, but the last time that these two teams saw each other, it was 1993. That's when the Sun Devils got the best of the Pokes. 12-10 was the final score for that one. It all unfolded right here at Sun Devil Stadium. Reporting from Tempe, I'm Chad Votherine for Cronkite Sports.
For Sun Devil fans watching from home, kickoff at Boone Pickens Stadium is set for 4:30 p.m. on Saturday.
Tournament of the season for ASU's men's golf team is underway. The Sun Devils are competing in the Maui Gym Invitational at Mirabel Golf Club. Cronkite News reporter Connor Bonfilio is at the course in Scottsdale, where the Sun Devils hope to get off to a winning start.
Players started teeing off bright and early here at the Mirabel Club. For the Sun Devils, this is the first time that head coach Matt Thurman will be coaching alongside newly named associate head coach Thomas Sutton. Sutton replaces Armin Kurakosian, who now leads the UCLA Bruins. ASU is competing against 17 other schools, including Pac-12 rivals UCLA and Washington. It'll be interesting to see how each of these teams perform. Sutton was formerly with the Huskies and won a Pac-12 title with them last year. While the field is stacked, Thurman believes there is one major factor that could put the Sun Devils above the rest of the field.
So I think the biggest advantage is, number one, being somewhat comfortable with the heat, even though it's hot for everybody, including us. And maybe the biggest advantage is just knowing how far the ball flies. Mirabel is going to be at about probably 2,100 feet above sea level. Down here in Tempe, it's 1,400, so even for us, it's an adjustment.
Now, unfortunately for ASU, that factor has not come into play today. They are sitting in the middle of the pack at 10th place at 3 under par. The Auburn Tigers are pacing the field at 22 under par. A lot of golf to play, but so far not the start ASU wanted. In Scottsdale, Connor Bonfilio, Cronkite News.
From Mountain View High School to Arizona State University to a roster spot with the Washington Commanders, Mesa native Curtis Hodges has had a short but not easy route to the NFL, as Cronkite News reporter Haley Smilo tells us from our Washington bureau.
Curtis Hodges remembers vividly the moment he fell in love with football.
I just hit somebody. He felt like he just fell down, and coach got all happy, ran up to me, and I just got a pancake block.
That was the first time he played football as a freshman in high school. But Mike Fell, his coach at Mountain View High School, says he's not surprised that Hodges has been able to will his way from freshman ball to the Washington Commanders.
The reason I knew Curtis was going to make it was his grades were poor when I got there. And he had to take, and I was telling him, you need to go JUCO route. And he said, no, he had to take like 5 classes in half the year. And he did it.
That discipline and Hodges' size, he's 6'8" and 240 pounds, landed him a spot as a Sun Devil receiver.
I wanted to stay close to my family, have a lot of love for ASU. It just seemed like the right idea.
In 5 years at ASU, he appeared in 41 games, amassing 601 yards and 4 touchdowns. Half of those stats coming in his final year. Still, it was not enough to hear his name called in the 2022 draft.
So I understand the situation. I understand I had to go prove myself.
And he did. After signing with the Commanders on May 1st, Hodges went to work, proving in training camp that he belonged and making it through 4 rounds of cuts to land on the 53-man roster.
Curtis really had to work at it because, he wasn't an automatic.
Making it to the NFL is one thing. Staying is another. Hodges is determined to stay, but ready to handle whatever comes because he knows the people at home will always be there to support him.
I felt like I had a good community of people behind me, and there's a lot of love out there in Arizona.
A community he hopes will have the chance to come see him play soon at FedEx Field. In Washington, Haley Smilo, Cronkite News.
The Commanders open at home on Sunday against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Hodges is currently nursing a thigh injury and was placed on injured reserve to begin the season.
There are a slate of good high school football matches across the state tonight, but one of the biggest games will take place in Las Vegas as the Hamilton Huskies play a rematch against the nationally ranked Bishop Gorman in the 2022 Polynesian Classic. Fans may recall last year's Classic when Hamilton stunned Bishop Gorman on national television in what was considered one of the greatest high school comebacks in recent memory. The Huskies overcame a 17-point deficit in the final minute to beat the Gales by 1 point. It was Bishop Gorman's only loss of the season. The Huskies graduated several players from last year's team, but have a strong squad again this year. The rematch is set for tonight at 7 p.m.
I'm Diana Quintero. Coming up after the break, I'll have your top news stories. With election debates approaching, candidate for governor Katie Hobbs now faces an ultimatum on deadline. And this Sunday is the 21st anniversary of 9/11. We'll tell you about some events you can attend around the state to mark the day.
Cronkite News provides students at ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism with the opportunity to gain real-world experience in the newsroom. At Cronkite News, our students produce professional content for audiences by taking on all roles, whether they be reporting, anchoring, producing, or studio production. Each department gives students first-hand professional newsroom experience. For more information, visit cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
Hello, I'm Adrienne Farewell, and I'm proud to serve as General Manager of Arizona PBS. From Phoenix to the Grand Canyon, Flagstaff to Prescott, and everywhere in between, this station is the best way to remain connected to all that's going on in our beautiful state. So whether you're interested in arts, culture, and music, to local politics and education, we've got you covered. You're watching Arizona PBS, and your Arizona connection starts right here.
That way the flavors will marry nicely.
Can you tell me what I'm looking at?
I'm not looking for love, I'm looking for cookies.
And there's still places to discover.
It just absorbs you.
You can make this at home if you can't find it.
I will continue to eat and drink until you get here. Get here fast.
Cheers. Cheers.
Oh, look at that. Oh, doesn't that look good?
We are going to be eating well.
It does work. It does.
We got a happy little sky.
We're just getting started.
Welcome.
How utterly charming.
Are you ready to get it going?
How does an English fan come to be Italian Riviera?
A fresh start.
Can I trust you? Are you ready for the show?
You can't be afraid to show them what you've got or what you want.
Are we having a party?
Of course, the more the merrier.
I love this place. It's my home now. Trouble in paradise. I can't do it on my own.
This is revenge.
There are consequences.
Be careful.
Nothing like this. Nothing like this. Oh.
You look like you need rescuing.
Don't we all?
What is it that you want? I just want to let go. I choose how I live.
There is the passion that I've been looking for.
Welcome back to Cronkite News. I'm Diana Quintero. Democratic candidate for governor Katie Hobbs' request to change the upcoming debate format with her opponent Kari Lake was denied. Her request was to change the current debate format so she would not have to share the stage with her opponent. However, the Clean Elections Commission says there will not be any changes. Hobbs has just 1 week to decide if she will face Republican Kari Lake on stage or not participate at all. Governor Doug Ducey visited the Yuma Border to show his support for the gaps filled with shipping containers. On August 12, Ducey issued an executive order to immediately fill the gaps in the border wall as an attempt to address the state's border issue. Now, 130 shipping containers fill over 3,800 feet of borderland that previously had gaps. But this response has faced a lot of controversy regarding the cost of the initiative, especially as part of it tipped over previously. However, Ducey said this is not a permanent solution, but for now, just a way to make it harder to enter the country. Valley Metro is working on a number of light rail extension projects across the valley. Two big extension projects in particular will impact businesses and travelers to the north and south of downtown Phoenix. Cronkite News reporter Annie Levino has more on how these two construction projects are moving along.
The light rail is moving an extra 1.6 miles north from 19th and Dunlap Avenues and 5.5 miles into South Central Phoenix.
We have two extensions currently under construction, one in Northwest Phoenix and one here right behind me, the South Central Extension Downtown Hub.
For riders, the current system has made transportation much easier. Daryl Robertson is legally blind and depends on public transportation.
Right now I'm on my way to the store, to the grocery store, or to the mall, well, to Kutztown Mall. And then from there I go back home.
In addition to making life easier for travelers, the hope is that the extension will bring business and jobs to its areas in the north and south parts of the city.
It's obviously going to promote a lot of connectivity to people all across the greater Metro Phoenix region, but especially in the South Phoenix area.
According to Valley Metro, there were almost 8.5 million trips on the light rail in 2022. The new extensions are projected to add more than 13,000 new trips per day. In Phoenix, Annie Levino, Cronkite News.
Riders will be able to hop on both the North and South Light Rail extension in 2024. Future extensions to the Capitol, Gilbert, and along the I-10 West are also underway. National traffic deaths have increased in 2022. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration has estimated that more than 9,000 people died in motor vehicle collisions in the first 3 months of 2022. This is an increase of 7% from the same time in 2021. It's the highest number of first quarter fatalities since 2002. Going into the third quarter of the year, numbers are still moving in the wrong direction. The Infrastructure Investment and Job Act has made investment in the highways to help modernize them and make them safer. The U.S. Department of Transportation has launched their National Roadway Safety Strategy to educate and prevent deaths from one of the leading causes, speeding. Today is the start of the 21 annual Healing Field Tribute. Over the next 3 days, there will be a number of events in honor of 9/11. Cronkite News reporter Alyssa Munoz joins us from the Healing Field to tell us about the ongoing impact of the memorial.
Early this morning, dozens of volunteers came out to help set out these flags. Each one represents someone who passed away in 9/11.
It's been 21 years since the tragic events that shook the country. Here in Tempe, many came to honor those who died. Ira Scott says he was a police officer in New York City who witnessed the chaos in the streets.
There were still people lingering from the Trade Center. They didn't know what to do with themselves. They didn't know how to get home. Everything is shut. The subways, they didn't know how to get out of the city. Power was out, and people are walking around with candles and flashlights, and they just stood and applauded us.
Saturday, there will be a concert, and on Sunday, they will hold a candlelight vigil where they will read all the names for the people who passed away in 9/11. In Tempe, Alyssa Munoz, Cronkite News.
If you're looking for other ways to mark the day, events are planned around the state this weekend. You can participate in the 9/11 Tower Challenge in Phoenix tomorrow to honor the firefighters who climbed the 110 floors of the Twin Towers. Or join in on the 9/11 annual flag run in Mesa on Sunday. If you're looking for a less active event, Chino Valley offers a 9/11 commemoration service Sunday morning. King Charles III makes his first public address after taking the throne just a day after the death of his mother, Queen Elizabeth II. The speech comes as the world continues to mourn the longest-serving monarch in British history after she passed away at 96 years old. The king's speech bid farewell to his mother, saying, quote, "Queen Elizabeth was a life well lived, a promise with destiny kept, and she is mourned most deeply in her passing. That promise of lifelong service I renew to you all today." People gathered outside St. Paul's Cathedral as the country adjusts to a new reality, where a king sits on the British throne for the first time in 70 years. Heat around the valley doesn't seem to be getting much relief with fall season around the corner. However, Tropical Storm K is posing a threat in Arizona. The intense storm is making a landfall today on the west coast, impacting southern Arizona and California. Peyton Major is at the Weather Center with the details.
Tropical Storm K has been on our minds. You can see right now it's off of the coast of the Baja Peninsula and the coast of Southern California. What we're really going to have to worry about over the next few hours as we enter the evening are these rain bands. They're kind of fling off of the storm and cause some scattered thunderstorms for Phoenix, mostly Southern Arizona, as well as Southern California. And then through the weekend, the storm will move off the coast and won't be a problem by Monday. There is a lot of moisture associated with this storm. You can see San Diego is really going to get hard here, especially portions of Southern California along the Colorado River Valley, as well as Southern Arizona. Tucson also is some place that might get some rain. And then by tomorrow evening, the rain will move a little bit more north, focusing on Phoenix and the high country. And by Sunday, the rain will be moved out. So this is the rain totals over the weekend. You can see scattered showers mostly for the valley, including Phoenix. Yuma will get a 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch, which is actually pretty outstanding for Yuma. They only get about 3 inches of rain a year, as well as Palm Springs could get up to 2 inches. So the storm is really targeting those areas in Southern California. But you might get to skip the lotion because it's pretty humid outside. The darker the greens here, the more humid. So Yuma is definitely feeling that humidity. And the rest of the evening, the thunderstorms are going to pick up starting now through the rest of tonight. So make sure to plan accordingly and travel carefully as well. Tomorrow we'll be in the 90s again. So great to see those double digits. And then we'll start feeling like fall as well the rest of next week. Upper 90s to low 100s. A huge change from the 110 degrees we saw on Tuesday. Hey, maybe tomorrow we even can get away with the hot pumpkin spice latte. In the Cronkite Weather Center, I'm Peyton Major.
When we come back, the sports memorabilia game is going strong in Arizona. See what Arizona sport collectors seek out the most and just how big the hobby is in our state.
Okay, let's go right up in here and start having some fun.
Such a thrill to be able to do this.
Recreation is the gateway drug to conservation.
How do you create that perfect straight edge? You can do anything. History is today. Chasing the American dream.
Experience something personal.
A place of imagination.
I can go anywhere I want to go.
You guys are just gonna love it.
An entertainment experience unlike anything.
There's something for everyone with Passport on the PBS Video app.
On Masterpiece Mystery.
Evil can find its roots so easily in an English village.
The landscape of criminal investigation.
Murder, almost certainly.
Modern policing methods.
We endeavor to do our best.
We're working hard to solve this case.
And to make sure justice gets done.
It's a new adventure.
And the rest, as they say, is mystery.
I can hardly wait.
Art was one of the powers that made life life. I think we all believed that.
I'm gonna kick down every single door. I'm gonna show you what you never ever seen before. So come show you, I'm gonna show you.
This is a real life story of a real live person.
This was my only connection to my culture.
Fight the power.
Our stories deserve to be heard.
You're passionate and you respect your heritage. That is a perfect recipe.
Now is the time for the Reformation. Now is the time to rebuild the nation.
That's amazing.
You're making me cry.
Some girls can go out there and just steal a spotlight.
This is the moment that we've all been waiting for.
Everyone has something to contribute to humanity. The arts are the thing that does that.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
The sports card and collectible industry is currently in a boom. But how are Arizona-based collectors engaging the market? Cronkite News reporter Kevin Redfern went to the Arizona State Card Show in Phoenix to see how deeply the card culture resonates in the Valley.
Twice a year, Phoenix hosts the largest collectibles convention in the state.
Showrunner Cole McAuliffe, the founder of Collectibles on College, is hosting his 4th edition of the event. McAuliffe is young, but experienced.
A lot of the dealers have been with me since 2018, and they're really excited to see get Arizona show on the map. So a lot of the dealers had great shows, made a lot of money, so that's what's important. So and obviously engaging with kids and just mingling, but yeah, everyone had good feedback.
It's not all about sports cards, though. In the collectibles game, some people like to test their luck.
So you pop them open, and inside there'll be somebody in there, and you have a chance of getting someone that's an extra special one. So it's kind of like a game of chance that people do enjoy as well.
It helps to have star power, too. This time around, a familiar face for Arizona State basketball fans took time to engage with collectors.
It's surreal, man. I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be in a position that people want to buy my card, buy my picture. So got to keep going now, keep trying to inspire as many people as possible.
In an industry that is trending towards digital, a physical picture, card, or artifact still holds value in a place like this. In Phoenix, Kevin Redfern, Cronkite News.
With over 350 tables, no show comes close to McAuliffe's in terms of volume. And he expects that number to rise when Glendale hosts the Super Bowl in February.
That's it for Cronkite News tonight. Thanks for joining us. For top Arizona stories anytime, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.